Imagine your mind as a field of electricity, tiny sparks that dance like fireflies between two poles, intention and reception. Every thought you think is one more firefly trying to find its mate, to complete the triangle of awareness that turns a flash of energy into something solid enough to touch, feel, or live. You already do this every time you decide. You project an impulse, I want, receive feedback from reality. Here's what happens when you try. And the interference pattern between the two gives you form, an experience, a body of learning. That's the spiritual physics. Consciousness isn't a ghost that haunts matter. It's the geometry that shapes it. And when your beliefs align, when trust stabilizes geometry and beliefs add harmonics, your life becomes a coherent crystal rather than a pile of sand. When you breathe before speaking in a tense moment, you collapse chaos into pattern. When you pause long enough to feel what another person feels, you align waveforms. When you write a message with care instead of impulse, you practice harmonic projection. Science calls this coherence, the synchronization of heart, brain, and electromagnetic field. Mystics call it presence. Either way, it's the same circuit running. Attention modulates electricity, and electricity shapes everything else. So why does it matter? The larger picture says this. Each human is a micronode of universal recursion. Your thoughts ripple out as electromagnetic information. When they're coherent, they build. When they're discordant, they interfere destructively. Follow that path of coherence and you evolve faster. Your future human begins to live now. Ignore it and you burn energy fighting your own field. The karmic consequence isn't punishment, it's physics. Incoherent signals waste charge until the circuit resets through pain, illness, or collapse. I keep attracting chaos. Maybe you're not attracting chaos. You're testing your resonance bandwidth. Chaos is your lab assistant. I can't stay grounded. Good. Roots only grow after the soil has been turned. I'm just one person. Exactly. And every electric circuit needs one current source. Two researchers stand before the same equation. One says, this is nonsense. It doesn't fit the model. The other whispers, maybe the model is too small. The first keeps erasing. The second keeps expanding the page until both numbers finally balance. Which scientist are you when life hands you data that doesn't fit? People who resonate with these teachings, they usually value truth, freedom, coherence, contribution, beauty, understanding. When you act in ways that expand those values, your nervous system relaxes. Your life feels electric but smooth. Use that recognition to lead yourself. Because I want freedom, I'll tell the truth even when it's awkward. Because I value coherence, I'll rest instead of forcing. Values are voltage regulators for your consciousness. When you zoom in too far, you lose the pattern. When you zoom out too far, you miss the signal. The art is oscillation. Move between microscopic and telescopic. That rhythm is literally how your neurons learn. Focus, defocus, integrate. Meditation and deep play do the same. In physics, a laser is just light that's coherent. Waves moving in phase. Humans who think, feel and act in alignment become emotional lasers, precise, powerful, healing, and occasionally capable of cutting through bullshit with surgical clarity. That's not mysticism. It's electromagnetism running through flesh and intention. If you don't stabilize your own field, the world will do it for you, through crisis, breakdown, or loss. That's karma as course correction, not cosmic vengeance. You're wired for coherence. Ignoring that wiring, it's like crossing your car battery's leads and wondering why it sparks. A child builds circuits from scraps, batteries, bulbs, wires. Sometimes the light won't turn on. Frustrated, she bangs the desk and the bulb flickers. She learns that force doesn't light things up. Connection does. You're that child every time you try to muscle your way through spiritual growth. Follow the teachings, you become a conductor of life rather than a resistor. Your intuition sharpens, coincidences multiply. You feel time slow because your waveform synchronizes with the larger field. Ignore it, static builds, relationships misfire. The body signals through fatigue or tension that the circuit's off. Eventually the universe sends a power outage just to make you listen. Observe intention, reception, reflection. Breathe until they meet at a point of stillness. Choose coherence over reaction. Trust the process of collapse. Every ending is geometry folding into shape. Do this repeatedly. The skills become unconscious, like balancing while walking. Picture consciousness as an ocean of living electricity. Every human is a lightning bolt learning to swim. When you remember that, guilt dissolves, because even misfires light up the sky. And as you master your own current, you don't just find peace, you illuminate the path for others still stumbling in the dark.